So we're going to be looking at different intro and build ideas now. I like to keep things pretty simple and very straightforward. There really isn't too much that goes on in a lot of my intros, except for some cool things melodically. I typically use my Ableton Push here, Ableton Push 2, but I understand that most of you probably don't have one or might not even have a MIDI keyboard of sorts. So I'm just not going to use it because you really, you don't need all this fancy stuff to make something cool. That's why I'm using Ableton stock. That's why I'm using audio. Like I use audio anyways, but all the Ableton stock that I can and all that, because you can make something really, really cool just with the bare minimum amount of stuff. You don't need to spend thousands of dollars on equipment and VSTs and everything. You can really just get things going really quick with what you got right out of the box. So, all right. The drop, for all intensive purposes, is done. We're going to call this done. I'm happy with this drop. This sounds good. Now, the intro and build, we're gonna start with something and then just kind of see where that goes. So the build, we're going to start with the obvious. I'm going to keep it outside of the drum group, but it's not, I don't want anything sidechained. So I go, the way I structure my tracks is kind of drums and then like percussion and then my basses and then my kind of like effects and vocals and everything else is like kind of the last thing there, organizationally, I suppose. But I'm going to just go pretty basic and obvious for the drop. We're going to say if this is the fake out, damn. This could even work as the pre-drop. It might fit better in this case as the pre-drop, but let's just say that that's the fake out for now. So we would need 8 bars from that point. So the build will be here. So boom, 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 boom. We're going to do very, very simple. I'm going to just keep using the same pack so that you know what? We're just going to go snare, search through all. Some cool ones there. Okay, let's try that. Quarter note, and we're gonna, I think that's probably in key. I think that's probably hitting the 5th. Good. I'm gonna unwarp it. And now I'm gonna, at this part, we're gonna just make it go bum 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 bum. We're just gonna double time it. Instead of doing that, that sounds a little artificial. What we can do is create a new audio channel and have the same sample. Let's have the time of it and then put it there. So we still have that original one ringing out, and we have a shorter, snappier little. And then, same exact thing. We'll just. You know what? I've decided that the fake out is going to be part of the pre-drop. So we're going to include it as part of the build, and we're just not going to have a fake out. It'll be, yeah. Let's try that. So build starts here. Bum, 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 bum. Could make it a little interesting. Damn. Good. Sounds fine. I'm gonna. Yeah. I don't want this to be delayed because it sounds a little. It sounds a little wrong for this, so I'm just gonna push it back a bit. Damn. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Let's see. Is that before or after now? Maybe. Damn. Yeah, we'll push it a little bit. That's fine. I'm going to get rid of these two.
Damn.
Okay, good. So we have this snare, that's fine. Maybe we could also do some, we'll just look up build. Let's see what we got. Let's just use it. We'll try and switch it up a bit. I want that. Okay. I'm gonna just pitch it up, try and make it a little more. Yeah. Yeah, this needs to come forward a little bit. We could just look and see, could we get, I don't know how much 70 milliseconds it'd be. We'll just get closer.
Damn.
Okay, that's way better. Okay, so we got our build drums, let's say, for now. So now we want some synths and stuff. I'm going to save. Make sure we're saving. Before the synths, actually, we're going to get some risers going. So I already have these little things set up here for the sweeps. So why don't we just, we'll rename them sweeps. And then we'll just toss the sweeps on here as well. So this one's not being EQ'd. This one is being EQ'd. So let's just, we'll stay with this pack because it's a good pack. It's a good pack. Let's just grab one of these. And then let's try the newer one. Let's try this one. Okay. Now let's see how these fare. So instead of fake out, I'm going to rename this pre-drop now. Okay. I do want to change it a little bit. So we'll do the same thing.
Damn.
Cool. All right, so now let's do the same thing. Sorry, not the same thing. Let's take MIDI. We could use this one. Let's see how this one sounds. We're in. Let's make it really low, and let's bring in those lows. There we go. Okay.
Damn.
Nice. I'm gonna cut the volume there. Cut the volume there, and then we'll duplicate it again. Let's get a new one going. Let's try some of these. I wonder what these sound like. Let's find out. Okay, we're gonna use that. I'm just holding shift and up arrow will send it up an octave. Okay. Maybe we could. That's not doing anything. All right.
Damn.
That's fine. Let's now add some other stuff. I'm gonna use audio now, just because. Let's find something more melodic. I know there's. I'm thinking of something. It's DET, cinematic synthwave. There's some cool things in that splice pack. Let's find one. Let's take brass. Okay, let's try this. So we need to pitch it up. And then we can have a boom, kind of pitch bend down again. Okay. I don't want that reverberating out, so let's get rid of that. It might be cool to follow it so it goes boom. So do the same thing here because it does go down there as well. This needs to be quieter, not louder.
Damn.
Okay, sounds good. And then maybe one more thing that we could add, which I love adding, are like cinematic drums. I know there's some really decent ones just right here. There's 2 in this pack, I think. That'll be fine for this. Let's see. Bum bum bum. I'm gonna just EQ this. I don't want any of those. Make this stand out a bit more. Let's go just like that.
Damn.
Okay, I'm gonna say that that's the build done. So now we can kind of sculpt the intro out of the build here. So let's duplicate this. Okay, I think that'll work. Well, that sounds fine to my ear. So let's continue with that. I'm gonna we're gonna use another one here. Let's try something else. Let's try. Ooh boy, I wonder how any of these sound. I don't ever use this, but it doesn't matter. Oh, that's quiet. Let's not use that one. Toy piano bells. That sounds nice. Let's go. Come on, come on. Yep, I can use that. So let's create something on top of this. Did that too fast, I'm sorry. Duplicate that. Yeah. I'm just using my ear here and picking what sounds cool. This is not methodical or anything. Like, I haven't planned this out. I'm just kind of picking things that sound good, picking notes that sound good. If you don't have a good ear for this stuff, that's okay. Ableton 11 has the scale thing, so we could put it into D minor, and all of these are in D minor for the most part. We could do D harmonic minor, which I really like using. The harmonic minor, where's that? Harmonic minor. And I'm pretty sure this is in harmonic minor. All of these will be in here. So that's where we get like that note there is not in D minor. It's in D harmonic minor. So this is D harmonic minor. That's what I'm writing in. There. Okay. So you can use that if you don't have a good ear and just kind of pick whatever notes you want and see how it sounds. So that's this here. I'm going to also add in some, I'm going to duplicate this again. I'm going to add in some strings. So I'm just going to do a search for strings and see what comes up here. Strings. Let's see. Yep. That sounds good. So we have our bass line. Sweet. Oops. What am I doing? Okay, we don't need 2 G clips. We'll just bring this down a bit. Yeah. Just keep that going. Okay. Cool. I am gonna use the scale feature here, and we're gonna look at harmonic minor and see if this is all kind of in the key more or less. That's not, I'll keep that there. Yeah. That's obviously not, but that's okay. Because that's the bass line, but we'll keep that. We're just gonna have to roll with that. That sounds okay. Yeah. And that as well sounds okay. We'll keep that up there then. Okay, all right. So we got that. Let's see how it sounds all together. Wonderful. Wonderful. So we're going to do one more thing here to transition into the build. Well, you know, we'll do that after. We're going to keep rolling with that. We're going to do that after. There's no point in doing that now. We know to do that. We'll get to that later. I'll tell you what I was talking about later. I just need a better transition between this and the build, which is very easy. We can just do that with some effects. So now that we have this second half of what would be the verse or the intro, I guess, right? So let's just let's keep working. Let's just work backwards still. We're gonna bring the cutoff even further down here. Okay, we need that to sort of come up actually. Awesome. Now we have this. This obviously sounds a little bit empty, just the synth. So let's add some other stuff. I'm going to throw some atmospheres on this. So I'm going to look up Atmos. Go to all results. Find something. Nope, that's a stem. That's also a stem. Let's go to splice. What's a good one? I guess all of them are fine. We use this. This is cool. So what we're going to do is, this is in D sharp, so let's bring it down to D, and let's stretch this out like we normally do, and see how this sounds. Maybe throw it on texture. Alright, let's see. That could be cool. Texture mode's kind of screwing that up though, the smoothness of that. So let's just turn it on Complex Pro. Okay, there's Atmos 1 done. Let's find another one. Let's go, you know what's good actually? What's it called? Oh, it's is it Asylum? No, it's not. It's something horror, I think. I don't know. We could use that. We'll use that. Let's do the same thing we just did. I was looking for something else. I'm not sure what, but that's okay. We can roll with whatever we want. That's the beauty of this. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to actually, you know what? Let's just do this. Boom. Instant ambience right there. I'm going to bring the volume on that down. Wow, that's actually kind of... That top thing is almost in key. Let's warp it. We're going to do the same thing. We're just going to go big kind of pitch fall throughout the entirety of it. We'll go just slight. Okay. Easy peasy. That's fine, right? That works fine. We could have something else just to give it a little more a little more character to start off with. Instead of just starting off like that, we could do an impact. So let's try an impact. Let's find one. Sure, first one. Okay, that would work great because we get the low kind of whatever. Where does that start? Probably right there. Okay. No, let's just go where it's picking up the transient. Boom. So now let's see how this sounds. We'll turn this down a bit. Did that just change the entire timing of it? No, it didn't. Okay, good. So. Okay. Now we do want an attention grabber, I think. So that's where we could put something in like a vocal and kind of mess with it. So let's take a vocal. We want something. We'll still use this pack because this pack is great. Let's find a phrase or something.
Come on, baby. Come on now. Woo! Pop it.
I'm thinking.
Yeah. All right now. Come on now. Sit jump. Yeah.
No, you see, I'm thinking something more like rappy. Let's try.
I just stepped out the edit. Mama, that's time for mama.
I guess it really doesn't matter. I'm thinking more of the vibe of it. So we're gonna do the same exact thing we've been doing. We're gonna put it on texture mode. We're gonna pitch it way down, and then we're just gonna we're gonna make it as long as possible. So we're gonna select that. Boom, 999. Put it over here. Kind of make it sound like a monster or something. Yeah. Let's start it from here. This was a cool point. And then let's throw a little delay on it, because that might be cool. Wah, wah, wah. And it'll also give it a little bit more of a groove, so that we know what the kind of groove is, because this is very grooveless.
Damn.
Okay, intro, build, drop, done.